Welcome everybody to TheJakeman Bets. Today we're going to be looking at the Jets versus the Raiders. And most likely you are seeing this video going, Josh, that's a little late since the Jets and the Raiders were last night. Well, there's a couple of things that we can learn about this that I want you guys to understand. I, been in the betting world for some time, had never really put a lot of stock in what I'm about to tell you, and that is, let's look at the second half of your betting day. Therefore, if we can try to find some value in a game that wasn't supposed to be very good, and honestly it's 9-3 right now anyway, so I don't know if that is considered a good game or not. So if you thought there was value in Breece Hall at the beginning, most likely there's going to be value in him at the end or the second half of the game. So what we can do is we can then look at rushing yards, and of course I'm up here in the Outlier app. So they're saying, I understand that the prop isn't here anymore, but he was already going to be an under 70.5. So that was a negative 113. So Breece Hall's under. Everyone was all about thinking this was going to explode and all this jazz. But honestly, just want to go ahead and take a look at the NFL here. And let's see here. Let's see. Box score. This is live, of course. So what do we got here? Breece Hall has 20 yards, and we've got about 4.5 minutes left. So he's on track for probably around 50 yards. So that means that an under 70.5. That means if he was going to break it open, that's not the worst thing. So Zach Wilson's got 96 yards, Aiden O'Connell's got 83 yards, and a pick. So this is a good little thing here. You can actually look backwards and see, how many times has. Let's look at the touchdowns here. See, we got Josh Allen. So most of these things are kind of getting a little bit as time is going on. You're seeing a little bit more of the props come up for the Monday night game, which is great. So let's go ahead. So that would just have some Broncos and Bills games. So we're going to watch these lines as well too. So that's fun as well. But since we're looking at this, we then go back to our prize picks because we have a kind of a baseline here. All right, so we have our Outlier app up here, Outlier, and we also have the ability to take a look and see what the legitimate or the playing actuality is. So if we take what we see here, then we can almost make a educated bet on whether or not we can come in here and have any value. So what do we think? Do we think that Breece Hall is going to go 34.5 rushing yards? I don't know. I'm thinking that we go ahead and do a big fat less over here, okay? And then what did Josh Jacobs look like? Because it doesn't look like they're doing a lot of running, and it was unbelievable that if you look backwards on it, now it looks like Aiden O'Connell's yards looks like a little bit of a hit, which was a 206, I believe, which was everything said, especially up here, said that it was supposed to be a fade. So, and then here's the thing that's going to always, this is why I really stayed away from this game. I took Garrett Wilson's over, so I hit on that, and I took Tyler Conklin, which I'm sweating on this one here. And then everyone was on Breece Hall. I didn't like Breece Hall, and I was going to fade Aiden O'Connell, but then I stayed away from it. And then Josh Jacobs rushing yards as well. But what was tasty was the Devontae Adams and the Garrett Wilson. So I think everyone from a betting perspective was all in agreement that these were going to be games that were going to be run games. And I was not in agreement. So I was a Garrett Wilson. I think I actually took his receptions in another slip. So I need another reception out of him. So go back to Prize Picks. You can go into DraftKings. You can do whatever you want. But you can go over here and then see, I don't think that Josh Jacobs is going to do it either. So I think less. So my slip would be just like this. So I'd have this slip during the game to try to come back. See, but watch this. Look at this. So things are starting to move over here, everybody. Okay. So the Jets just got a big stop. So the defenses look like they're starting to kind of get involved. There's lots that you can do here. All right, lots. And when I mean lots, I mean a lot. So gotta love the live. Is there anything else that looks good here as well? Second half scoring, fantasy scoring. That's pretty nice because he's actually having himself a little bit of a game. I think we probably would fade this because they're going to clamp Devontae. This one, so you might even go like, less, and then here, and go less on fantasy score because you're talking about these guys need to score another touchdown just to hit that line. So, or just 50 yards would be 5 points, and a touchdown would be 6 points. So, you're still, depending on how they're being utilized. So, this one's probably a little bit better. Maybe you take off the Garrett because you're actually getting a little bit of a push on 7 and 7's, or sorry, you're getting a little bit more of a value out of the 7.5. So you can go and you can look and see how you want to. Let's take a look at Devontae. Look at this. So now you've got the ability to, they are taking the stuff off, guys. So this is what's challenging about in-game playing because you're going to lose lines. See, I'm losing lines left and right. But I wanted to show you that there was a lot to choose from, and it's a lot of fun. And if you play your cards right, you can come back during your day. I'm not saying chase your wins. Maybe rather than do that, you just take a 5-banger and put a 5 spot down, and maybe you flex play it. And maybe try to make a little bit of your money back, especially if you've had a bad day like me. I mean, I made a little bit. You have to make your own decisions. So, that's what I really wanted to show you guys was that even in the daily fantasy life and all that, there's plenty that you can do and plenty that you can have fun with. Keep an eye on the odds. See, we got another one back in here, so you can actually add that to your bet slip if you wanted to. You've got plenty of different opportunities here and of to glean information that everyone's already putting down there. So just because the game's bad or just because the game does not show a lot of props and or solid opportunities, wait till this thing starts up just like you would wait for a stock to open during that day and treat it like that. It's a little bit more, you'll get your hand, you get the handle of it. But remember, you are looking for value. So maybe use $5 on Prize Picks. Maybe throw a 10 spot at DraftKings because you're gonna have more opportunities over there. And once that's the case, then you can have some more fun. All right, guys, you've been with TheJakeman Bets, and we're gonna start making some picks, and I'm gonna show you how everything goes down, and we're gonna have some fun. Everybody, have a great one. We shall see you on the next show for the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this. Like my fades have done a lot of good work here. So it looks like Zach went over his rushing yards, which was great, and that was something I really enjoyed. I thought that was going to be a good one. But here's where it comes down to this. It's Garrett Wilson is doing fine. He would have hit your number, the first split, which he did for us, but the second half split's not, and we're 9.55 in the third. Also, Devontae, you would have definitely hit the entire game bet, but the second half bet, I was right. We should have gone less and less. Zach Wilson, obviously, less and less, and Aiden O'Connell, less and less. So the Jake Man is doing excellent right now today, and just showing you that this stuff right here can actually make you come back. Now, am I going to hit all those? I don't know, but right now we're looking pretty solidly because it was I think there was still 6 minutes left in the second when I started this whole thing. So anyway, I wanted you guys to see that you can do some things that are really fun and awesome, and you will be able to really have I think almost like a comeback. And if you can come back, then you guys will have a lot more fun. So this is the Jake Man. Now I'm signing off, but less. It worked. So remember, Josh makes picks. Like and subscribe, everybody. Have a great one.